When you come to my world, there'll be order at once.
Formidable, industrious militant of South Africa. One day, in one of the deadliest war, in one of his custom of transcendental meditation practices on the astral plane, he was held captive in an underground tunnel by invaders of the war. Many of his teammates died while he was being in captivity. Suddenly, he finally broke away because of the intensity of the war, which got the keeper of the chamber panicking, for the battle was now being fought on all fronts. Now, after he had hidden himself in a wild bush, he heard an audible voice spoke unto one such as him, saying,
Because you've accepted my only absolute one, Aranel Bonner, be thou free.
Then abruptly his eyes became flaming red and thundered, morphing to Volcanic Man. Thus, the now new-look AJ stood up in absolute rage, mirroring his inner being, Aranel Bonner, and having seen his teammates' bodies all over the stunk, sorrowful, sick, succumbed, so bloody-drenched place, he therefore literally became Volcanic Man. He went forth killing all his enemies in the war, having received great authority. Hence, this shook the whole world through the daily world news media. With his universal tagline, Ladies, when you come into my world, there'll be order at once. Now, he is Judge AJ, aka Volcanic Man, and the last one to have entered the 13-member panel of the very influential team, Lions of the Eagle, which is captained by one whom goes by the stage name Scar Champ, yet formerly officially known as Ashala.
This river holds a special significance because it played a vital role in the birth of some of the earliest civilizations in human history.
The Euphrates River, once the heart of ancient civilizations, is drying up, and with it, mysteries of the past are emerging. From the rise and fall of cities like Mari, to prophecies in the Bible,
the Euphrates River continues to dry up as prophesied within the Bible.
The river's significance reaches far beyond its waters. Today, political tensions and environmental changes threaten its flow, uncovering ancient treasures and revealing unsettling truths.
The river has revealed a treasure trove of historical artifacts and lost cities. The river's receding waters have unveiled 6 distinct civilizations, each with unique antiques and treasures.
In this video, we dive into the Euphrates' rich history, its current struggles, and its connection to future events. Stay tuned. The Euphrates River is more than just a beautiful stream of water. It holds many hidden stories. The river flows through Turkey, Syria, and Iraq. It was very important to ancient people. It gave them water for farming and helped them grow food. Many cities grew along the river, like Sippar, Nippur, Shuruppak, Mari, and Uruk. These cities grew strong because of the river. They used the water to farm, fish, and trade. The river helped their economies thrive. The Euphrates was mentioned in old texts from more than 5,000 years ago. The Sumerians called it Buranuna. This river has been part of history for thousands of years, watching empires rise and fall. The name of the river is also linked to an old city called Sippar in Iraq. The river and the city were both important for many reasons, not just for money, but also for their culture and religion. The people living near the Euphrates saw it as a source of life. It's possible the city's name came from the river, or the other way around. Either way, the river was key to their survival and success. The Euphrates River has always been important in old stories. In Greek myths, it was one of 4 rivers from the Garden of Eden. The Bible talks about it in Genesis as a river that watered the garden. It was also linked to Ishtar, the goddess of love and war, in Mesopotamian myths. People have admired the river for centuries, and it still impresses visitors today. This river was a life source, giving water for farming, travel, and daily needs. But now it is starting to dry up, facing many threats. One reason is climate change. Higher temperatures cause more water to evaporate, leaving less to flow downstream. Dams and water projects also take water from the river. These human-made changes stop the river from flowing like it used to, harming fish and polluting the water. The Euphrates is no longer the river it once was. Even so, the Euphrates remains important in history and religion. In the Bible, it is said to dry up for the kings of the East to pass through at the world's end. Who these kings are is debated. Some think they are China and other Asian nations, while others see them as symbols of growing powers. The Bible said the king of the East would have an army of 200 million. Back then, it seemed impossible. But now, China has an army of over 200 million. This is just as the Bible predicted. The king of the East, whoever they are, will be powerful in the end times. The final battles will take place in the Valley of Armageddon. The battle will be about gold, the most precious thing in the world. The Euphrates River will be important. The kings of the East must cross it to reach Armageddon. The river blocks armies from moving west, making it key in any fight. Gold has always meant power and wealth. It has helped build civilizations and create new ideas. Recently, a video showed gold miners near the Euphrates. They were picking up gold like it was nothing. This was both amazing and strange. Could this be the golden mountain Prophet Muhammad talked about? He said the Euphrates would soon show gold. People shouldn't take any. Many have thought about this prophecy, but the video could mean it's coming true. If there is a gold mountain, it would lead to big fights, with everyone wanting a piece. But it's more than just greed. It has a deeper meaning. The Bible tells us that when the Euphrates River dries up, it's a sign Jesus is coming soon. Matthew 24:44 says, "Be ready, for the Son of Man will come when you least expect it." In Revelation 9:14-15 it says, "Release the 4 angels at the Euphrates River, and they will destroy 1/3 of the world in a year, a month, a day, and an hour." This is a scary prophecy of a time when many people will die. We must not just look at the world and see things happen. We need to understand their deeper meaning. The Bible gives us clues. In Revelation 17:15 it says, "The waters you saw stand for people from all nations, languages, and tribes." The water represents people from every part of the world. If we look around today, we see more people turning to evil. It's happening everywhere, not just in one place. The spread of darkness is clear. Revelation 16:12 says it makes way for the kings of the East. The river starts in Turkey and flows through Iraq, showing how these things could soon happen. Now first, like always, be sure to hit the like button down below. It helps us out tremendously with the reach of this video. Thank you. Countries east of Israel, like Syria, Iraq, Iran, and Jordan, don't get along with them. As the world grows darker, the battle between good and evil is clearer. The enemy, who wants to deceive and destroy, hates God's people, the Jews, and those who follow Christ. In Revelation 17:16-17, we see a clear divide between those who follow God and those who oppose him. The beast, a symbol of the Antichrist spirit, leads people to turn away from their faith and follow a life that goes against God's will. The river drying up in Revelation is a symbol of the broken bond between humans and the one who gives life. It shows the death and separation that come from turning away from God. As followers of Christ, we must be alert to the enemy's lies. We need to guard our hearts and stay strong in our faith, no matter what. Those who support the Babylon system, representing the world's ways, are going against God. In time, they will see their mistake and turn away from it. God will guide them to fulfill his plan and give their kingdom to the beast until his work is done. Their hearts will harden, and they will destroy the system they once followed. We are in a spiritual battle. We must stay strong and faithful, even when it's tough. We must pray for those who are deceived, asking God to soften their hearts and turn them to him before it's too late. The battle between good and evil is real, and it's all around us. In Iraq, the Euphrates River has dried up, uncovering treasures from ancient times. These discoveries give us a look into the lives of people who lived there long ago. One of the greatest finds was in the ancient city of Mari, near the Euphrates in modern Syria. In 2017, archaeologists uncovered a 4,000-year-old complex hidden beneath the river's waters. A long time ago, the palace complex was the heart of the Mari kingdom, a powerful city. It helps us understand how people lived and ruled in the ancient world. The discovery of the palace was a big step forward in learning about the past. As the Euphrates River dried up, more and more treasures appeared, showing us the story of this land. One of the most important discoveries was Dura Europos, an ancient city founded by the Seleucid Empire. It was a busy city where people of all cultures and beliefs met, worked, and traded. The ruins today still tell us how these people lived and worshipped along the river. But there's more. Archaeologists found hidden caves beneath the river, many thousands of years old. These caves stretch far underground with tunnels and rooms. Some even had homes, food storage, and temples. The walls of these caves show drawings of everyday life, religion, and creatures from ancient myths. Archaeologists exploring these caves made amazing discoveries. They found old tablets in one cave, and in another, a crystal-clear lake reflected stunning stone formations. The caves were connected by tunnels. Some led to new places, while others led to long-abandoned settlements. Not all of what they found was peaceful. In some caves, they found signs of human sacrifice. One cave had bones arranged in a circle, while another had carvings showing blood and harm. These discoveries reveal a darker side of ancient times, leaving us to wonder what other secrets are buried deep underground. Looking at the dry banks of the Euphrates, we ask ourselves, could this be more than just a coincidence? Some believe the river, once a lifeline, holds a deeper meaning.
Millions in Syria and Iraq are facing water shortages as the region's longest river, the Euphrates, dries up.
For over 6,000 years, Iraq has relied on the Euphrates River for farming. Civilizations rose and fell, leaving ruins behind. But since World War II, the need for water has increased, putting pressure on the river. Turkey and Syria also share the Euphrates and are building dams to control the water. These new projects are putting even more strain on the river's supply. Once these projects are done, there won't be enough water left in the river. Iraq will feel it the most because it is at the bottom. There has been fighting over water between Syria and Iraq for years. As Turkey and Syria use more water for farming, this problem will only grow. The river is drying up, and this is causing stress. As people fight over water, greed could make things worse. The situation is hard to fix because of political and economic problems. Some say the countries should work together, but others think that won't happen because of politics. Either way, it's clear that whoever gets the water will cause trouble. In 2023, experts say we will see a lot of change, but it might also be the year when rivers run dry and reveal big issues. The US is already dealing with water and food shortages, while countries in Asia keep growing their economies. As we see these events unfold, it feels like something bad is coming. We hope this video helped you understand the situation. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you soon with another video. Until then, take care and stay safe. Thanks for watching.
Transformation through trauma. It's one of humanity's oldest stories. But what happens when that transformation becomes literal? Today, we're exploring an extraordinary case from South Africa that challenges everything we think we know about the human capacity for change.
Those kinds of stories often reveal the most about human nature. What's caught your attention about this particular case?
Well, it centers on this militant fighter who was known for practicing transcendental meditation. During one of the deadliest conflicts in recent memory, he found himself trapped underground in these tunnels, watching his entire team get systematically eliminated around him.
The combination of spiritual practice and warfare is fascinating. How did that influence what happened next?
That's where things get really interesting. See, while he was hiding in the bush after escaping, he experienced what witnesses described as a supernatural transformation. His eyes turned blazing red, and he literally became something called Volcanic Man. It wasn't just a nickname. The reports suggest an actual physical metamorphosis.
You know, that reminds me of ancient warrior traditions where spiritual enlightenment and combat abilities were deeply intertwined. What triggered this transformation?
Well, according to the world news reports at the time, he heard a voice speaking about someone named Aaron L. Bonner, declaring, "Be thou free." But what really pushed him over the edge was seeing his fallen comrades' bodies scattered across the battlefield. The sight of all that carnage triggered something primal and, well, volcanic in him.
The psychological implications of such an experience must be staggering. How did this change manifest beyond the physical transformation?
So get this, he became this figure of justice and vengeance, systematically eliminating enemy forces with what witnesses described as supernatural abilities. He even had this powerful tagline that made headlines: "Ladies, when you come to my world, there'll be order, at once." It's like, well, imagine someone combining the roles of warrior, judge, and force of nature.
That's quite the evolution from meditation practitioner to supernatural warrior. What happened after the conflict?
You know what's fascinating? He didn't just disappear into legend, he transformed again, this time into Judge AJ, while keeping his Volcanic Man identity. Then he joined this super exclusive group called the Lions of the Eagle. We're talking a 13-member panel led by someone known as Scar Champ, formerly called Ashala.
The symbolism throughout this story is incredibly rich, from underground tunnels to volcanic transformation to becoming a judge. What do you make of that progression?
Well, it's like watching the hero's journey play out in real time, right? He starts in these dark tunnels, literally underground, symbolically in the underworld. Then comes this explosive transformation, like a volcano erupting from beneath the earth. And finally, he emerges as this figure of justice and order, almost like, well, like he's trying to impose the inner peace he once sought through meditation onto the outer world.
That's a profound observation about the cyclical nature of his journey. How has this story impacted the broader understanding of trauma and transformation?
I think it's really challenged our conventional wisdom about human potential. Here's someone who experienced the absolute depths of horror and emerged not just stronger, but fundamentally changed on a physical level. It's documented in global media, witnessed by multiple sources, yet it defies our normal understanding of what's possible.
So in essence, it's a story that forces us to question our assumptions about human limitations.
Exactly. And you know what's really striking? The way his transformation served a larger purpose. It wasn't just about personal survival or revenge. It was about restoring order to chaos, about finding a way to channel unimaginable power into something constructive. That's why his evolution into Judge AJ feels so significant. It's like the final piece of the puzzle, where raw power meets justice and purpose.
That's quite a profound message about the relationship between power and responsibility.
Well, I think that's why this story continues to resonate. It's not just about the supernatural elements. It's about how we face our darkest moments and what we choose to become in response to them. Sometimes, the most extraordinary transformations come from the most ordinary human experiences of loss and survival.
Naians of the Eagle's secretive followers. Welcome on board my one group of obsessed.
Transformation in war is nothing new, but when a South African militant claimed to physically become a being of volcanic fury through meditation, it challenged everything we thought we knew about the intersection of spirituality and combat.
That's quite a bold claim. What evidence do we have about this extraordinary account?
Well, this story centers on a militant called AJ, and what makes it particularly fascinating is how it blends traditional African mysticism with modern warfare. During one of the deadliest conflicts, he was practicing transcendental meditation, already an unusual choice for a soldier in an active war zone.
The combination of meditation and warfare does create an interesting paradox. What happened during his practice?
While in this meditative state, he was captured and held in underground tunnels. His fellow soldiers were killed around him. Imagine the psychological impact of that experience. But here's where it gets really interesting. During an intense battle that threw everything into chaos, he managed to escape.
So the chaos of war actually provided his opportunity for freedom?
Exactly. And while hiding in the bush, he reportedly heard a voice speak to him about someone named Aaron L. Bonner, saying, "Be thou free." What happened next became the stuff of legend. His eyes turned red, and he transformed into what others called Volcanic Man.
The symbolism there is fascinating, like a physical manifestation of inner rage and trauma.
And that's just it. Whether you take this transformation literally or metaphorically, what followed was extraordinary. He went on a rampage against enemy forces that was so significant it made international headlines. His catchphrase became famous. "Ladies, when you come into my world, there'll be order at once."
That's such a specific phrase. What do you make of the gender-specific address?
I think it speaks to deeper themes of power and control. Here's someone who experienced complete chaos and helplessness, and his response was to assert absolute order. But the most fascinating part is what he became afterward. He transformed into Judge AJ, while maintaining his Volcanic Man identity.
So he channeled that need for order into a legal career?
Precisely. And not just any legal position, he became the final member of an influential 13-member panel called the Lions of the Eagle. Think about that evolution from militant to mystic to judge. It's like each transformation built upon the last, creating something entirely new.
That progression almost mirrors ancient warrior societies, doesn't it?
Oh my goodness, yes. It's remarkably similar to how Viking warriors would become law speakers, or how samurai would transition into governmental roles. There's something universal about warriors becoming wisdom keepers.
The psychological aspects of this transformation are particularly compelling. How do you think this kind of experience reshapes someone's worldview?
Well, imagine experiencing such profound chaos, and then finding yourself in a position to establish order through legal means. It's like the universe gave him 3 different tools: meditation for inner peace, volcanic fury for immediate justice, and finally, legal authority for lasting change.
That's quite a journey from chaos to order.
And perhaps that's the most valuable lesson here, that transformation, even arising from the darkest circumstances, can lead to something constructive. Whether through volcanic fury or judicial wisdom, the path to order can take unexpected turns.
So in the end, it's really a story about finding balance?
Exactly that. It's about how sometimes we need to embrace our inner volcano to ultimately find our path to peace. And isn't that just the most human story of all?